Who is LA Family Housing?
One word is success. Lives have been changed because LA Family Housing exists.
This really is about giving people back their lives.
And LA Family Housing is the gold standard.
I support this organization because they offer hope.
I just believe in the organization.
A solid record and good leadership.
You know this already, but what you do does make a difference.
I couldn't have imagined a better place to work at than LA Family Housing.
Just like genuine love. There's genuine help from people here.
This is their 40-year anniversary.
40 years.
I'm very excited. 40 years is a long time. It reminds me of my age.
Well, the one thing that I'm celebrating is our ability to help LA Housing do its job.
A lot of people tend to make judgments about those who are homeless. When you get to know the stories of the people out there, you see it a little bit differently.
I was around 7 when my mom lost her sight.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
The hospital bills were astronomical.
There was a lot of domestic violence.
It was hard to lose your family.
They re-diagnosed me with schizoaffective bipolar 2.
It was raining one day and then the roof just fell.
I'm the only person who works in the family.
My husband lost his job.
The rent increased.
We couldn't afford it anymore.
And I ended up at Skid Row, which is not a very safe place for kids.
I slept in the back of the bus. I didn't feel safe.
We would always hear gunshots.
I couldn't sleep.
People did judge on how I looked and how I smelled.
I slept in the bushes. I slept wherever I could find a spot.
There was a lot of rain, mud all over me.
Our son was diagnosed with autism.
I can't even get my son services.
The most difficult part is when we need to hide the kids.
If someone was there, I would have got taken away, and then I wouldn't even see my parents anymore.
All I could think about is I was a bad father.
I prayed and asked the Lord to give me a miracle. And if that miracle didn't come, I was literally going to give up my kids.
The most difficult part was seeing my mom sad.
I tried to get good grades so my mom would be happy.
I considered actually committing suicide several times.
There was no hope that we would actually get a house that we could actually call home.
It's sad. Look around.
No one should have to live like this.
It's a horrible existence. It's just not what Los Angeles ought to be.
I got involved with LA Family Housing right at its birth in 1983.
In a group of people that were interested in trying to solve the problem of homelessness who came together.
LA Family Housing's story started with actually 2 different agencies. One was Valley Shelter that brought families inside temporarily. And at the same time, LA Family Housing was formed that built apartment buildings that families could move into.
The biggest roadblock was this was a real small organization.
It's almost funny now. I remember that several of us went to the county supervisor, Ed Edelman at the time, and made this pitch to turn a motel into a shelter. And I remember so clearly, he sort of looked puzzled, looked across the desk at us and said, you know, Rabbi Rubin, you have no idea what you're doing. He said, but I love the idea, so we'll see what we can do to help.
You could imagine that people were not excited necessarily about creating a shelter.
I would go door to door all around the neighborhood, knocking on doors. And so what we did was we literally convinced the neighborhood that having a homeless shelter in their neighborhood would improve the neighborhood. And in fact, it clearly did.
What I have here is the initial documents for LA Family Housing. June of 1987, this is Sid Ermis wants to put prominent people on our board. We were going from this little mom and pop to a real organization. You know, from there we rocketed to where we are today.
When I first started here, the buildings that we owned at that time were little 3 units, 5 units.
We now have 30 properties in our portfolio, and we'll be opening up 750 more units in the next 2 years, doubling our units to nearly 1,500 apartments.
Most recently, the Sorority, which is out in San Fernando Valley, and we're very proud of.
They really do know how to build, but also how to incorporate what's needed in the community into their projects.
We didn't take our cues from donors. We didn't take our cues from the city. We took our cues from our clients.
A few of the major problems getting to the services that's offered is the distance between them.
We decided we needed to bring all of those resources under one roof, and that saved months off of a client's time to get from homelessness into their own apartment.
Welcome to the grand opening of the Ermis Family Campus at LA Family Housing.
This beautiful new facility will transform lives. This is a place of warmth and growth.
But it will also be the new hub of the coordinated entry system.
There's nothing like this in this region.
And today is one of those days where we can be proud.
Today, I can't believe that we're servicing 12,000 people. That's just mind-boggling.
How long have you been out here for, Kevin?
9 months.
9 months.
As LA Family Housing evolved, we actually added street outreach.
Do you normally stay at this location?
Yeah. Outreach, we go to the encampments.
They come out here, they bring food out here, and they try to place people in housing.
I used to be homeless myself.
I put myself on their level, and they open up.
It was nice to be looked at like a human.
Made us feel like we are not homeless, we are somebody special.
She was looking at the whole picture and not the temporary fix.
They were able to place me in one of their transitional homes.
I am so happy that I don't have to sleep in the car anymore.
You didn't hear gunshots.
I'm not scared anymore.
That kind of helped me. I got to sleep better. We eat there and sleep there, and some of my friends play together.
I didn't have to use a supermarket bathroom anymore.
I can do my homework better.
At school, I mostly have all A's.
When they connected me to the Braille Institute, that completely changed my life.
When my family went to the therapy, they weren't that sad anymore.
My suicidal thoughts were completely gone.
Now everybody in my family is happier. Me too.
This is where you guys are going to be moving to.
My favorite part of this whole process is the move-in.
You give them a key, it's like you're giving them gold.
That's the win. And we have those wins every day.
Pinch me. I love that sound, this sound. It's all mine, I can't believe it's all mine.
I have everything. I have shower curtains, I have a bed.
It didn't feel like that was real.
We felt like we won the lottery.
I could play with my toys now, and I got my wish.
Grateful to have my life back. I'm financially stable. I'm getting healthier.
The one thing I personally gained is knowing that I'm not a bad father. It's fun to iron my kids' clothes. There you go. There you go.
They're gonna be squishy.
Once I got my keys, the life just sprung back into me.
It said you're home now. You're safe. And that's when it all hit me.
Possibility re-enters the lives of children and their families.
I watched my daughter fly.
I'm just happy. I have a key to my dreams.
What do you want to be when you get big?
I want to be a mermaid. When I grow up, I want to be a geographer. I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a football player, a doctor.
Be a video game designer.
To the donors, the staff, the helping hands, the volunteers.
I thank LA Family Housing.
I am forever grateful.
Oh, there you go.
One of the biggest challenges now is we need more resources.
We can't stop, and the people who are living on the street, they're dying.
It's not as if we don't know how to reverse these conditions. We do. We just don't have enough LA Family Housings.
When there are nearly 70,000 people in LA County experiencing homelessness, our job's not done.
It's really a community effort. It takes everyone stepping up and saying, this is our community.
We are all in this together.
So fasten your seatbelts. We're going to need you to build more.
And we're going to finish this job.
I didn't agree to do this interview, I was forced.
I didn't want to. But here I am.
I need some like pom-poms.